All right, guys, we're doing it. It's happening. So I teased this in my last episode, but basically I've got the biggest deal of my entire history in this hobby all worked out. It's super complicated. I've taken 2 days off of work. I've rented a trailer, a 12-foot trailer that I'm pulling behind my truck right now. There's a couple cabinets already in there. Basically, we're going to like 5 different states. There's 17 cabinets at least that are going to be changing hands. There's 3 other YouTubers involved with this. It's going to be absolutely epic. I am so excited. Right now, it's day 1. We're on the first leg of this. I'm actually on my way to go pick up my buddy and Overtime Arcade channel member, Mike. He's going to help me out with some loading and unloading this morning. He's also involved with part of the trade. I'm getting rid of some cabinets that I've wanted to move on from for a while. I'm getting a bunch of new ones that I'm just over the moon about. So this is going to be wild. It's going to be epic. And stick around because I think you're going to have some fun.
Overtime!
Okay, here we are with our first stop. It's a drop-off, and look who we have here. It's Liam from Retrobotics and from the Coin Jam podcast, and yes, this is my termite, formerly termite-infested bubbles
you better
cabinet.
put that formerly in there.
Yeah, formerly important.
It is a mess, and it is sitting in an even bigger mess.
Yeah, but look, you can see there's bubbles right there.
Yeah.
And we got the monitor, lovely K7000A. Poker burn.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Lovely.
So here, this is our first stop. I got Mike here. Mike doesn't want to be on camera, but he's the silent power behind this this trip. We got Ripley here too, but all right. We got a lot more to go. So thanks, Liam. Appreciate it. And we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay, before the cops get here, we've got our second drop-off and our first pickup of the day. So here is my Data East Sly Spy in a Dynamo HS2 cabinet. So this has been at Mark's Arcade, Back to the Media Arcade in Winchester, Virginia for at least 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. And we have 3 games that we're picking up. We have a complete Blitz 99 project. That looks really nice right there for all you football fans. This is an interesting one. So a midway cab with really nice Tattoo Assassins artwork installed. I think this is mostly empty. There is a monitor, but this will be a bit of work here. But cosmetically, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And then really cool right here, we have a House of the Dead, the deluxe version. Sorry, it's all bright in here. Yeah, the deluxe version that comes out almost like a motorcycle. This is fully working. This is really awesome. So yeah, let's get get these 3 loaded on the truck and then move on to our next drop off and pickup. Okay, I hope you guys weren't too attached to that House of the Dead because I immediately traded it for a Neo Geo Big Red 4-slot dedicated Neo Geo cabinet with the tall marquee and everything. It works great. It's awesome. Got some issues with the monitor, but very, very excited about that. I made that trade through channel member Mike with Records and Rarities down here at the Springfield Mall in Springfield, Virginia. Shout out to Ryan from Records and Rarities. Really appreciate that trade. And if you want to play that House of the Dead, come on down to Records and Rarities. It's on Quarter Play. Yeah, so they got a bunch of other games there too. So you might see more of Records and Rarities in future episodes. But yeah, really excited about the Neo Geo Big Red. Gonna get this home. I also have a couple of other goodies that I picked up from the trade with Chris from the KLOV forums. And yeah, those are loaded in the truck. So yeah, let's get all of this home, get it all off of the trailer in the garage and go through what we picked up on day 1. Well, guys, I got good news and bad news. Maybe it was a bad idea renting an open trailer from U-Haul because we're getting a really severe thunderstorm right now. So that's the bad news. The good news is I made it home just in time. I got the games out, everything out in my garage. So I'm home. I'm waiting it out in the car because I moved the truck and the trailer. It is coming down hard. So I'm going to sit in the car, wait this out. But fortunately, the games are safe. The games are safe. I'm safe too. That's what matters. So I was definitely saying some prayers the whole ride home, racing the storm. I thought about pulling over and putting the tarp over everything, but I made it. So yeah, let's wait this out and then we'll go in the garage and see what the day one haul looks like. All right, guys, here is the day one haul. First up, we have a Tattoo Assassins, or at least that's what the artwork would lead you to believe. This is a midway cabinet. It's essentially an empty midway cabinet. On the inside, it's got some awesome artwork here for Data East's. Some people call this the worst fighting game of all time, Tattoo Assassins. I don't think, was it ever actually officially released? This artwork is amazing. This was, I think, my understanding is this artwork was a project, a joint effort between Mike from Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair and also XL Arcade, and it is phenomenal. And the guy Chris from the KLOV forums who traded this to me did a great job installing it. It looks fantastic. The artwork is even a little bit different over here on this side. I don't know if you're going to see it with the glare, like a snake sort of image over here. But yeah, no monitor inside of this. It's essentially an empty cabinet, but all the cosmetic work and artwork and everything has been done on it, and it's fantastic. We'll just come around here to the back of the cabinet. It's all painted black, nothing too fancy going on in the back of the cabinet. I'm not exactly sure what this was originally, maybe like a Mortal Kombat or whatever, but it is a midway cabinet. And then next up, we have a Blitz 99. Again, cosmetically looks great. All the artwork is installed and completed. Got the control panel down there. I think 2 of the joysticks will need to be put together. This also is a project. It's a mostly working project. I think it needs a little bit of monitor work. My understanding is the monitor was working up until recently, but gave out. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. But yeah, this is otherwise complete. So get the monitor going and get 2 of those joysticks figured out, and this thing will be good to go. And then last but not least, the thing that I'm really the most excited about is this Neo Geo Big Red 4-slot Neo Geo. I think it's an MVS 25-4. This came right off the floor at Records and Rarities at the Springfield Mall in Springfield, Virginia. So shout out to Ryan, who I believe is the owner of Records and Rarities there, and also channel member Mike for hooking me up with this trade and making it happen. Because guys, you'll notice that the House of the Dead is not here because I immediately traded the House of the Dead for this Neo Geo. So yeah, the House of the Dead never even made it home. I'm not keeping it. I immediately traded it to Records and Rarities for this Neo Geo 4-slot. They have a couple of other Neo Geo cabinets, including another earlier, like pre-Big Red 4-slot Neo Geo. But really excited to have this. I didn't take any video of the House of the Dead fully working. I was kind of in a rush and trying to beat the rain and get everything dropped off. Mike took a couple of photos here of myself and Ryan trying out the House of the Dead. Fully working, the guns are calibrated and everything. It looks great, plays great, that's awesome. And if you want to play it, go to Records and Rarities again at the Springfield Mall in Springfield, Virginia. So this Neo Geo is fully working. A couple little things I need to do with it. There's some T-molding that's cracking. One of the coin slots is missing and covered up. The memory card sort of plate is missing, but I can get that. I think it needs new EL panels, like the marquee lights, electroluminescent or whatever it's called. But otherwise, this thing is fully working. The biggest thing that I'm going to have to do is, right now it's running a flat screen. It's got an LCD monitor in there, which isn't going to work for me, but we've got a couple of options of things I'm going to replace it with. In addition to the cabinets, I got a couple other things here. I got some extra parts for the Blitz. You know, like I said, the control panel we took off to make it easier to transport. A couple other things I got for the Blitz. And I ended up getting 4 monitors. One was a really nice looking 19-inch K7000 that I gifted to Mike for helping me out loading and whatever, and helping making the House of the Dead trade with the the Neo Geo happening. And then we have a horizontal 19-inch. This is a 4600. And we'll take a look and see if I can recognize what this burn looks like. Is that maybe Berserk or Wizard of War burn? Maybe Berserk? Is that Berserk burn? Yeah, Stern Electronics. That's got to be Berk or Frenzy burn. And then over here, this is a 19-inch, what is it? A 5-pot 4900. Sort of a smaller kind of frame here. And this, some kind of driving game. It says game over. There's a car down there. I don't know my driving games enough to recognize what that is immediately. I'm sure somebody will immediately figure it out. And then over here, we have a 19 or 25-inch monitor. And I was told initially that this was a medium res, but looking at it, that is a Neotech 2515C, which is exactly what was in my the Primal Rage that I sold to back to the Media Arcade in Winchester, Virginia. Looking at this, if we can see if there's really any burn there, I'm not sure. But this could be an option to put right into the Neo Geo. So I'm going to leave actually all of these in the stretch wrap for now. The Blitz 99 is going to my buddy Nintendork from Twitter. He's the guy that I did that mini warehouse raid recently that got me the Moon Patrol cabinet and the Berserk, you know, interestingly with the monitor with the Berserk burn. So I'm bringing this up to him actually tomorrow in Pennsylvania. So we'll leave it in the wrap because I'm putting it on the truck tomorrow, taking it to him in Pennsylvania. And the Tattoo Assassins is also, oh, it's hot out here, not going to stick with me. This is going to a buddy of mine down in Richmond next month, Richmond, Virginia. I think it's actually going to a friend of his, so a friend of a friend. So yeah, not keeping either of these midway cabinets. So from day one, I'm really only going to be keeping the Neo Geo Big Red, which I'm really excited about. This is going to go into the garage or into the basement almost immediately. Didn't come with any games because I said, you know, Records and Rarities also has a couple of other Neo Geo cabs that they can put their games into. But I've got games, including some new ones that I bought, new MVS games. So yeah, this will go right into the basement. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, all right. So let me get these in the garage, keep them out of the elements, and I've got to go load up for day 2. I got a bunch of games that I'm taking out to Ohio. And you know what? Actually, one of those games is one that you haven't even seen before. I just picked it up the other day and I'm immediately trading it. So why don't I show you a little footage of what that mystery cabinet looks like. All right, guys, here's a cabinet I just picked up. But I won't be keeping it for very long as I'm basically going to be immediately trading it away as part of this big, huge deal that I got going on. I got this from my buddy Mark from Back to the Media Arcade in Winchester, Virginia, who also just so happens to be a channel member. Mark traded this to me. We had a big old trade worked out. I think this was for the class of 1981 reunion cabinet with Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga. Obviously, this is versus RBI Baseball in an orange Nintendo cabinet. Likely this was originally a Donkey Kong Jr. I was told that it had no sound, but the sound was just turned way down. You might be able to hear it in the background right here. But this thing is working. Taking a look at the monitor, I could definitely use a cap kit. It's got a little bit of collapse at the top and bottom. I don't know if that's technically collapsed, but it's a little bit pinched. Marquee light is out. Coming down here, we need some new buttons for player 1 and player 2, and over on the player 2 side. This is a particle board Nintendo cabinet with some pretty typical damage. I'm not familiar with this. Price tag here, a couple holes drilled in the front. Coin doors, a little bit bent up. This coin mech here is bent a little bit and missing one of the return loops, and this return's just flopping. Let's see, we got 43,171 plays right there. Let's see. Nothing in the coin box that I can see. Some extra carriage bolts right there. Yeah, a little bit chewed up, but yeah, that's unfortunate. And down on the bottom too. On the side, we got some T-molding peeling. T-molding cracking right there. Side here, the Versus side art is a bit faded, and some holes right there. Chewed up again a little bit down the bottom, but not too crazy. Coming back over here, similarly faded side art, and you know, some more dings. Definitely filthy. Coming around to the back of the cab, we got a little corner damage right there, and some chipping on the back here. At some point, this had a Gradius kit installed in it, and MGS up. That's multi-game system. That's the Versus system, right? So turning on the flashlight. Let's see, we got a 20EZ-V monitor with a manufacturing date of January 1984. So a bit of a later 20EZ. Yeah, all the typical stuff down here. PCB cage, Nintendo power supply. It's dusty, but not too bad. You can see some more of the back edge chewed up a little bit. It's not so bad. Put it in a row, you'll never even know. Okay, and I do have the back door right over here with the RBI instruction sheet right there, which is cool. So let's come around to the front of the cabinet and we'll test this thing out a little bit. The player 2A button doesn't really work right. I was messing with it a little bit. It doesn't want to like spring back. I don't know. I'll coin it up with the credit switch, and we can do 2 players. This is kind of wedged in there. We'll start a 2-player game, and I think I need to, oh, that is working now. Okay, it was kind of funky before. All right, hopefully you can hear it. I'll turn off the lights in the garage. Okay, and now I can totally not see where I'm going at all, and I got everything pulled out, so I'll hurt myself. Whoa, foul ball. Why did it auto pitch? I guess it pitches eventually if you don't do anything, but yeah, it's working. Come on, give me a meatball that I can hit. Wouldn't that be strike 3? Okay. Oh man, I'm terrible. How is this the same guy again? There we go, okay. Let's see. Hey, a base hit. All right, isn't that awesome? Turn the lights back on. So yeah, that's the Versus Unisystem RBI baseball in the Donkey Kong Jr. cabinet. What do you think? Is it cool? Awesome. All right, it's day 2. I'm bound for Ohio, where there's a 0% chance of rain, but I am taking 0 chances, so let's go! What's up, arcade nerds? I got some familiar faces here.
Got a car coming.
Like this one. Car. All right. We got Arcade Jason in the house. Troy from Troy's Restoration. Kelly's over here hiding somewhere. We just did another handoff. I dropped 2 cabinets off here. I'll tell you all about it later. I got to get on to my next destination because there's still a bunch more cabinets on the trailer and more I'm picking up. But just wanted to say hi to everybody. It's my first time meeting Jason and Troy in person. Can you believe that? All right, we'll see you guys later. Does this look like 0% chance of rain to you? Oh, goodness gracious, I can't catch a break. All right, guys, and here's the real big pickup in Ohio. You can see it says Ohio Turnpike right there. How could you miss it? And this is the man himself, Mr. Warren Maiden, aka GORFguyOhio on KLOV. How you doing, Warren?
Good, how are you?
What's that behind you? That's my old NBA Jam. How'd that get here?
Boom shakalaka.
And then over here, that's my old, what's that? That's the Carnival. And then there's the Versus RBI baseball that was in the Donkey Kong Jr. cabinet. That's my old Atari Irish Kangaroo. But these are all Warren's now because I'm making a trade with Warren.
And some will be for sale.
And over here, there's a couple games under the tarp. You'll see those in a bit. But yeah, and we got another stop to make too. Why don't we head over to the storage unit, Warren?
Let's do it.
All right. All right, guys, now we're at Warren's storage unit, and I just took 3 more games from him. Got them loaded on the truck, and weathermen are liars.
Yeah, especially in Ohio.
0% chance of rain, and now it's thundering, so let's get on the road. We got some awesome stuff here, Warren. We'll get it home.
Yeah.
I know people can guess based on the bottoms what those are.
Enjoy. I'd like to see you get that midway game finished.
Awesome. Thanks, Warren. Appreciate it, buddy.
Ditto.
See ya. Okay, and here is the day 2 haul. You know, the rain really wasn't that bad. I ran into a couple of squalls, one when I was driving from Arcade Jason's house to Warren's house. It wasn't too bad. And then when we were at Warren's storage unit loading up, especially towards the end, it was drizzling just a little bit. And then the thunder really got me concerned. But on the way home, I kind of took the long way to try to go around the storm. It did drizzle for about 90 minutes, but I don't think anything was too bad. There was one cabinet where there was a little bit of moisture on the top, but I think that'll dry up. That just got underneath the stretch wrap that I just removed. But yeah, the biggest issue was, guys, I was so tired. I considered pulling over, taking a cat nap. I considered stopping for the night in a hotel, but I was worried about the rain, so I powered through it. You know, and the only thing that got me home was prayers and energy drinks. So thank God for all that. But yeah, note to self, do not try to do that on back-to-back days with very little sleep in between and not a ton of sleep the night before day 1. So it is the next day. I kind of slept in quite a bit, and we have the games lined up here that we can go through. So first we have an Atari System 1 cabinet. It does have a monitor in there. I think that is Road Blasters Burn. That's the most common System 1 game you'll find. Side art's a bit chewed up, but you know, it's not bad. I think this side is a bit better. You're not going to be able to see it with the glare. Inside, we do have a main board, and we've got a power setup. I think there's an AR3 in there. Ooh, there's Road Blasters door sheet on the door panel. My plan for this, there is no control panel, but I think there are repros out there. There's a Road Blasters hole in the front that we'll fill in. My plan for this is to turn it into a Marble Madness, which is my favorite Atari System 1 game. You know, other people like Indiana Jones, you know, Road Blasters is the most common. I think Peter Packrat, maybe some others. So if anyone out there has a Marble Madness kit, I think all I really need is the control panel with the trackballs, a Marble Madness daughter card or cart or whatever they call it, and obviously a marquee. But I think at that point we'll be in business. Over here we obviously have a wide body Mario Brothers. Now this had been converted to a game called Crime Fighters, so that's what this control panel setup is for. Warren gave me another control panel that doesn't have additional holes drilled into it. Cabinet's in decent shape. We're got a coin return button, coin reject button that's been jammed in and drilled. There's a credit switch right there, but that's kind of stuff's not too bad to repair. We have a reproduction marquee. It's not the cool 2-player feature bubble marquee, so I'll probably get a reproduction marquee that has that 2-player feature bubble. Reproduction bezel. Warren was telling me that the previous owner of this started to do a restoration. You know, it had been converted to Crime Fighters. Tried painting the sides. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this in the light. There's a decent amount of orange peel, so I don't know what I should do. Should I sand all the paint down and then do, you know, the sort of fresh papaya laminate, or maybe like wet sand and just do another coat of the paint to try to get a little bit nicer? That would certainly be easier and cheaper. I don't know. And this has a JAMA harness in there. There's a K7000 monitor, but I got Warren gave me the Nintendo power supply and transformer assembly. So we'll figure out what we'll do with the Mario Brothers here. This was something I was very much looking forward to. You know, Marble Madness and Mario Brothers were both on my very much VAPS wanted list towards the top. I do have a couple of spare 20EZ monitors that we might put in here, but we'll figure it out. We'll get that going pretty well. And then we have Defender, and you know, I already had a Defender, but that Defender had been converted to high impact football or super high impact football and had been painted all black, and this Defender is in much nicer shape. It is complete, but it is not working, so we should be able to get it going without much of an issue. It does have the more desirable early steel coin door, but you know, there's some holes drilled in here. We'll figure it out. Maybe what we'll do is we'll combine the best parts from the two Defenders, and then I'll have obviously a spare Defender project if anyone is interested in that. But yeah, complete, so excited about that. And right here, obviously, is a Stargate, sometimes known as Defender 2. It even says Defender Stargate on the marquee. This cabinet is also in relatively nice shape. We've got some extra holes drilled in here. I guess these screws to put a lock bar on there. That's not very secure, but we'll get that figured out. We do have the original shiny control panel overlay with a good amount of patina from cigarette burns. Missing a button. This cabinet is essentially empty. I don't even think it has a monitor in there, but Warren did give me a J-Rock, so that should be good. Like I said, the Defender is complete, but not working. And last but not least is this cabinet right here, which is a Strata Bowling. No, obviously this is a Mappy cabinet that was converted at some point to Strata Bowling. We have a Mappy control panel here that needs a new CPO, but that's fine. Joystick's working. Coin door actually looks really nice. The cabinet's in pretty decent shape. You know, we got to clean up this laminate or whatever needs to be, you know, cleaned up. You can see sort of the fading from sun fade or whatever. On the inside, we have the original transformer assembly. I think this is a JAMA conversion. What's nice though is I've got everything I need. This is, even despite what the monitor or cabinet looks like right here, this is a complete working project. I got a working board set from Warren. I've got a monitor for it. I've got a top marquee box. I've actually got the original and a reproduction. I've got a full artwork package from Warren. So this should clean up real nicely. Really, really excited about Mappy. Mappy is a super fun game if you've never played it. So yeah, really excited about all these cabinets. In addition, I got this is a Hanterex MTC 9000 25-inch monitor that I got from Troy, from Troy's Restorations. All I needed from Troy was a 25-inch frame, but he gave me a whole complete monitor. I don't know if you didn't want to take the tube and everything off the frame, but thank you, Troy, for that. And also from Warren, I got two complete rebuilt monitors. This is a vertical 4600. Both of these were rebuilt by Mike Baer. So this one looks like it was rebuilt for Warren in September of 2017. And it looks nice and shiny. I guess it's been sitting in the storage unit since then. And then this is a Go7. And this one was, when was this one fixed? There's a label on it somewhere. This was fixed by Mike Baer in January 19th of 2019. So a little bit newer work, but both of, and this has some Stargate burn on it. You can see the Stargate label. So I'm planning on throwing the vertical 4600 in the Mappy and the horizontal Go7 with the Stargate burn into the Stargate. And I got tons of other parts, like I said, from these guys. I got boxes of parts from Warren that I haven't even gone through yet. He gave me a J-Rock, like I said, a complete artwork package for the Mappy. Oh, I'm out of breath and super sweaty. What else did he give me? Bunch of other artwork too, control panels and extra metal like Donkey Kong 3 control panel, all kinds of stuff that I'm gonna need to go to. But guys, I am so tired. I am out of my mind. You know, all this work that I did the past couple of days, I'm gonna put a little summary up here on the screen. All of the games that I traded away or sold and all the games that I picked up. This was a ton of work here. I think somewhere like 17 total cabinets changed hands over the course of 2 days. I want to thank everyone who was involved with this. Channel member Mike, who helped me out on Thursday loading and unloading stuff. Liam and Sam from Retro Robotics that I dropped off the bubbles, the termite infested bubbles cabinet with. Chris from KLOV, who traded me The Sly Spy that I was actually having trouble finding people interested in getting rid of, the Sly Spy for the House of the Dead and the Blitz and the Tattoo Assassins. Obviously, Mike and Ryan from Records and Rarities at the Springfield Mall in Springfield, Virginia, for trading the Neo Geo Big Red for the House of the Dead, so I didn't even have to bring that one home. And then on Friday, Troy from Troy's Restorations, RK Jason and his family, including his wife Kelly, they were super nice, super helpful. It gave me a little tour of the place. I saw some awesome stuff, including these cabinets right here, if you can believe it. These are kind of rare, I think, aren't they? Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring those home, but really appreciate it, and I hope Jason will be able to bring that Sonic Asteroids back to life. And Troy, I think, already released a video at the pickup of the converted Robotron. And then obviously, again, on Friday, Warren Maiden, also known as GORFguyOhio on KLOV, for trading. I got all of these games here that you see on the screen for the Carnival and the Irish Kangaroo and the NBA Jam and the Versus RBI Baseball in the Donkey Kong Jr. cabinet. So, and all these parts that he gave me too. So really excited about all that. And yeah, stay tuned to this channel. We'll be working on all these games here. I already put the Neo Geo Big Red down in the basement. These games are all going to get worked up over the coming months and probably years. So make sure you're subscribed. Do all the things the YouTube algorithm wants you to do. Like, share, comment, all that stuff. Do you remember playing any of these games? Which one of these would you jump on first? And if you really want to support the channel, the best way to do that is to become an Overtime Arcade channel member. Yes, for only $1.99 a month, you get to join over 100 people in supporting this channel and getting access to some awesome perks like a monthly members only live stream, which is coming up for June pretty soon. Early access to all new videos. They're watching this on Sunday when you all are watching this on Monday with the public release, and they get access to our private members only Discord, which is a really awesome, positive community of folks sharing their passion for this hobby, helping each other out with deals and pickups, advice on repairs and restorations. So click that join button down below if you want to learn more about what it means to become an Overtime Arcade channel member. And again, thank you to all of these fine folks for their support of this channel. Without their help, it wouldn't be possible for paying for gas and U-Haul trailer rentals and energy drinks at gas stations. But yeah, thank you all for that. Thank you all for watching this. And until next time, I've been Charlie, you've been watching Overtime Arcade, and I'll see you next time.
Overtime!